Anytime you have a charge in a position, it can create an electric field. And in order to visualize what those electric fields look like, we do something called drawing electric field lines. And there's 4 main rules that will fall. First of all, they always act on a positive test charge. They're drawn from positive to negative. They never cross, and more lines equals more charge. So if you have this set up, we'll use a single positive charge and a single negative charge. If I put a little tiny plus my test charge, my positive test charge in there, the positive charge here, similar charges will repel, so it'll push this way, and this positive will be drawn into the negative that way. If I put it up here, this pushes it this way, this pulls it that way. Put it down here, that pushes that way, it pulls that way. If I put it over here, it's just going to be pulled in that way. If I put it over here, it'll only be pushed that way. And so this idea of an electric field line, it takes and it gives us some real smooth lines that show us if I put a charge, if that positive test charge is on there, where is that charge going to go? And what it does, it's bigger than what we just drew here. Everything over here will poke out something like this, because that's not, the negative one isn't going to push something over here, it isn't going to affect it. Up here, over here, they'll pull it in. And then here we've got something that's going to look like this, where if you drop it anywhere in this situation, it is going to follow along lines that look like this. And so this would show us, if I put one right here, it's going to go there. If I put one right there, it's going to get pushed off there. If I put one over here, it's going to get pulled in here. If I put it somewhere in between, well, there goes there goes there, so this one would probably go somewhere in between. This is for a positive and a negative. If I take and go to just go to positives, if I have a positive and a positive. Well, if I put a positive right here, this is going to push it away. If I put my test charge here, it's going to push it away. And so there becomes a spot where it's not going to push it past there because the other one is going to be pushing it back. And so what would happen with these is if I put the test charge here, it'll push it away, and then it pushes it up. And it pushes it here and it pushes it down, and it'll never cross that line because you won't have enough strength from this one to push against that one as it gets closer to that one, and vice versa. And so when I've got positive, when I have 2 like charges, it'll end up looking something like this, where it just won't go across that line. Now eventually, when it gets over here, this is just going to push away, just push away, just push away. And same thing here, it'll just push away, and just push away. Now, one of the other parts of the rules that we have is that more lines equal more charge. In fact, if I change this to 2 plus, so I have a 2 plus here and a 1 plus here, that would mean I would have double the lines. If it's a 3 plus, I'd have triple the lines. 4 plus, quadruple the lines, which can get really difficult to draw. But if you look at it, one that's already made, and can figure out, oh, I've got twice the lines here as there, it would mean that it has twice the charge.